There's a kind of pain that doesn't leave bruises, a kind of manipulation so subtle and calculated that it makes you question your memories, your emotions, your worth. It's not always loud, but it's relentless, and it often comes from someone close, a partner, a parent, a coworker, even a friend. This is not just difficult behavior. This is narcissistic emotional warfare. And the most devastating tactic used is making you look like the problem. The words may not be screamed, but their message is clear. You're the issue here. You're too sensitive. You're selfish. You're unstable. This video will expose how narcissistic individuals twist reality to make you carry the weight of their dysfunction. You'll learn how these patterns operate, why they happen, and most importantly, how to recognize them, protect yourself, and begin reclaiming your peace. Please subscribe to the channel so you won't miss anything about emotional abuse. From recognizing it to breaking free. The hidden agenda. Control disguised as chaos. A narcissistic person thrives on control. But instead of building trust or mutual respect, they establish dominance by distorting truth and manipulating emotions. They operate from deep-seated insecurity and unresolved inner conflict. Their fear of vulnerability is masked by arrogance, deflection, and projection. To avoid accountability, they turn relationships into battlegrounds. Everything becomes a competition. Who's right? Who's more victimized? Who holds the upper hand? And in this warped dynamic, you're cast in a role you didn't ask for, the villain. This pattern is not always obvious at first. It builds gradually. It erodes your confidence drop by drop until you begin to lose yourself. That's the point, because a weakened, self-doubting version of you is easier to control. Emotional ambush. When conflict is a trap, disagreements happen in any relationship. But when narcissists sense tension, they don't seek resolution. They look for ammunition. They push buttons, provoke reactions, and bait you into arguments not to solve issues, but to validate their narrative, that you're unstable. When you finally react, with frustration, tears, anger, they respond with calm contempt. Your emotional response becomes their proof. Suddenly, your genuine pain is twisted into evidence that you are the source of dysfunction. This tactic is meant to exhaust you, to make you wary of speaking up, to make you feel ashamed of feeling anything at all. The performance of justification, a never-ending trial. Narcissists often force you into the exhausting role of the explainer. Any opinion, boundary, or feeling must be defended like a courtroom testimony. But no explanation is ever enough. As you try harder to be understood, they look for cracks in your logic, flaws in your reasoning, anything to invalidate you. This cycle makes you doubt your own clarity. It makes you over-explain, overthink, and question whether your needs even matter. Eventually, silence feels safer than speaking. This is how self-erasure begins. Independence is rebellion, punishing your authenticity. Being your own person is seen as betrayal. You're punished for thinking differently, making choices that aren't theirs, or simply expressing preferences. Independent thinking threatens their illusion of control. It reminds them they don't own you, and that's intolerable to a narcissistic mindset. You may be mocked, guilt-tripped, or made to feel selfish for simply having your own identity. Over time, you learn to shrink, to minimize your voice, to avoid conflict by becoming invisible. But invisibility comes at the cost of your dignity. Blame-shifting. Through emotional guilt, carrying their burden. When narcissists feel anger, confusion, or stress, They don't self-reflect. Instead, they outsource their discomfort. Their message becomes, "You made me feel this way. You caused this. You are the reason for my unhappiness." Their mood swings become your responsibility. Their emotional instability becomes your fault. And even when you try to fix things, it's never enough, because the goal was never resolution. It was submission. This emotional guilt trap keeps you off balance. It makes you feel like you're constantly walking on eggshells, afraid that the next misstep will unleash a storm. You start blaming yourself for things that were never yours to hold. Excuses that weaponize sympathy. When narcissists are caught in wrong behavior, whether cruelty, neglect, or betrayal, they often shift to victimhood. They offer excuses, not accountability. "It's been a stressful time. I didn't sleep. I was triggered." While these statements might sound human, they're often used as shields, not windows. Behind these explanations is a sinister twist. "If you understood me better, I wouldn't have acted this way. You made it worse. It's your lack of empathy that's the real problem." This manipulative sympathy-seeking is used to silence your pain and reverse the roles. Now you're the cold one. You're the one lacking compassion. Your suffering becomes irrelevant, replaced by their narrative. Boundaries as betrayal. Shaming your right to protect yourself. Healthy people respect boundaries. Narcissists punish them. Setting limits, whether emotional, physical, or conversational, is seen as a threat. You're accused of being selfish, ungrateful, or impossible. You're told you're ruining everything, or not being a team player. But the truth is, your boundaries are a reminder they can't control you. The more you assert your right to exist independently, the more they try to make you feel guilty for it. But boundaries are not cruelty. They are acts of self-respect, and you are not responsible for someone else's discomfort when you claim your space. Twisting the narrative. When they call you the narcissist. In today's world, the word narcissist is widely known, and some narcissists weaponize that knowledge. When they feel exposed or challenged, they flip the script. Suddenly, you're the manipulator. You're the self-centered one. You are accused of everything they've been doing all along. This psychological projection is more than just cruel. It's designed to confuse and discredit you. It plants seeds of doubt in your mind. It isolates you from support. It silences your truth before it can be heard. It's gaslighting in its most vicious form. The cost of staying silent. The longer you stay in this cycle, the more it reshapes you. You may begin to feel like a stranger to yourself, overwhelmed, anxious, ashamed, even depressed. You might withdraw from others, stop trusting your instincts, or numb out emotionally just to get through the day. And beneath all that, a silent grief builds. Not just for what you've lost, but for who you've had to become to survive. But none of this is your fault. The confusion you feel is a symptom of sustained manipulation, and the shame you carry was never yours to begin with. Reclaiming yourself. Breaking the cycle. Breaking free doesn't always mean walking away physically, though sometimes that is necessary. It begins with a mental and emotional shift, choosing to believe your reality again. Recognize the patterns. Name them for what they are. Stop justifying your truth to someone committed to misunderstanding you. Learn to go gray rock, becoming emotionally unresponsive when provoked. It's not about being cold. It's about conserving your energy and protecting your peace. Most importantly, start reconnecting with the parts of yourself that have been silenced. Your voice, your instincts, your joy, your needs. Healing takes time, but it begins the moment you stop believing the lie that you're the problem. Conclusion: you are not what they say you are. Narcissistic blame shifting is a slow erosion of identity. It convinces you that your truth is dangerous, your voice is unwelcome, and your needs are burdensome. But the truth is, your feelings are valid. Your boundaries matter. Your experience is real. You are not too much. You are not the cause of someone else's chaos. And you do not have to live your life trying to win the approval of someone who thrives on your self-doubt. You are allowed to be whole. You are allowed to be safe. You are allowed to choose peace. This is not the end of your story. It's the beginning of your return to yourself. Steady, grounded, and free.